Hey guys, what's up? It is Brandability Green, and I'm live Tuesday afternoon. I am the co-owner of designfordollars.com, where we are all about the butterflies and the Benjamins, where we help you to identify your passions and your interests and your strengths and build up multiple income streams online so you can have a flexible lifestyle, right? So you can have financial independence, so you can do what you want, when you want, and most importantly, so you can own your time. You can decide how to use that time however you choose. So that is what we specialize in at D4D. I want to show you guys today how you can take your merch by Amazon bestsellers, preferably within one particular niche, but it doesn't have to be, and how quickly you can actually sell these on so many more products than just the products that are offered in merch by Amazon. So I'm going to show you guys, I'm going to walk you through that process. The simple process of just going from merch by Amazon to Etsy. If you have followed my lives before, you know that my back-end integrations get a little crazy. They're pretty complex as far as where I have designs going, which is every which way. But I'm really big at investigating all of these print-on-demand facilities that we have pretty much at our disposal, and I like to figure out which ones are the best. And of course, make money, and then show you guys how to best leverage your designs as well. So let me see if everybody. All right, cool. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. I think right now you should be able to see me. I'm gonna make this smaller, I guess. Move it in the corner. Please chime in if you see. Hold on, I gotta unplug that. There we go. Please chime in if you guys can't see or hear me. All right, cool. So right now you probably see my Facebook page, and let me show you what exactly I'm referring to. So here is an example of, is this the example I want to show you? Let me see. Let me show you, well, I'll show you that one. So this is an example of a t-shirt that I have, right? And it has sold a couple of times, nothing crazy, but a decent number of times. So let's just use this as an example. Let's say you've identified this as a bestseller, right? Like you're I don't know, selling one a day even. It's just consistent. Maybe it's not your bestseller. Maybe though it could be if you did a little more with it. So the first thing I do is I take these designs and I maximize them as much as I can on merch, right? So here's another example that I pulled up. So here's a design I have, and it's sold a couple of times on merch, nothing crazy, but by putting this design elsewhere, I have found that it sells really well in other print-on-demand marketplaces. So what I want to show you guys is how to maximize it here in merch, and then how to take this design and move it over to, let's say, Etsy, where it's really a prime opportunity for us to sell our designs on other product options that make sense. And then also to have those orders completely fulfilled, printed, shipped, tended to with a production partner, just like we're using when we're using merch by Amazon. So what I do is I have my Etsy account here hooked up to PrintTech. And PrintTech is one of the apps. These are all the apps that I have in one of my Shopify stores. And here's the PrintTech app. Okay, so here's what I do. Let's say you have decided, for whatever reason, that this design is a good seller. You want to sell it on Etsy. You think it would be really good on other product options. First of all, I look at my account and I notice that I only have 4 options here, right? So the first thing I like to do is to make sure that I have this design on one of each of the product options. So what I actually do when I list these is I try now to have eight different products. So I have the standard shirt, premium shirt, sweatshirt, hoodie, long sleeve t-shirt, pop socket, and then I put a short sleeve t-shirt on both of the international Amazon marketplaces as well. Now, here's a little hack for you. Let's say you're in the situation here where I don't have a pop socket, right? Or I don't have a t-shirt on, oh, yes I do, we're good on that one and on that one, so we're good. But I don't have a hoodie and I don't have a pop socket. Well, what obviously you can go over to merch resize, but what I wanted to show you guys is that if you go in here, right, and you can't find your PNG file on your computer, they're a mess, right? You don't have an Airtable or a Merch Wizard account yet. What you can do is hit edit, and Merch by Amazon actually stores your PNG file within this listing template. So what you can do is, first of all, I can send this PNG to my Airtable, but the other thing you can do is you can just put it on your desktop. All you have to do is right click, or I'm on a Mac, so I control click, save image as, and it's not actually going to save an image. It is actually pulling the design, the PNG file from within this template, the original file you used. And so that way I can take that file and go elsewhere with it if I can't find it anywhere on my computer. And then also I like to push all of, obviously, the PNGs into my Airtable, because then when I come over here into Airtable, I can access all of my PNG files. Let me show you for this design. There it is. There's an actual PNG file for this one. I know it's a different design. I'm just using it as an example, but I can pull the PNG file from here. So either way, now I have a PNG file, and I can come over and, could I open up a create? Yep. I can go ahead and, if the file is the right size, add them to the other product types that I have. And obviously for pop sockets and hoodies, the PNG file needs to be resized, and you can use a resizer like merchresize.com, or if you buy RTR packs from places like designfordollars.com, the hoodie files are automatically included for you. And then you can create your pop socket files by running them through the free merchresize.com and then just upload them here. So I'll show you that real quick. Oh, that's not what I want. Let's go to merch resize. And then I'm going to show you guys the Etsy piece to finish it off. So I just downloaded that shirt image file. And there it is. And now I can download. There's the pop socket. I'm going to go ahead and add it. So all I'm doing is a little bit of legwork. I'm taking note that one particular design has sold. So I'm going back into my account and I'm saying, okay, so if this thing sold a couple of times, I want to put it on every product I can in Merch by Amazon right now. So I noticed I didn't have pop sockets for whatever reason. And so I'm going ahead and I'm adding a pop socket, a hoodie, anything that I'm missing. Okay. So then you understand how to follow this through and create the listing. If you have Merch Wizard, it's much quicker because I can hit this extension. I'll show you guys. I'm actually going to find this file and watch what happens. Oops. Merch Wizard. I'm going to find because I had other live listings. Here we go. So I'm just going to select. It's going to auto fill everything into that pop socket for me. I can generate a description. Hit save. And so now I have that design listed. If I go back and do the hoodie, I have that design listed in my Merch by Amazon account, and I feel like I have maximized the potential for sales, at least on merch, for this design. Now, as you guys know, there are a lot of restrictions with Merch by Amazon, right? There are a lot of filters that we have to go through. There are certain things you can and can't do. There are tiers, there are restrictions, there are momentary freezes, there are glitches. I mean, it is what it is. So you capitalize on it as much as you can. It's an amazing platform, but you don't stop there. So now what you do is you make informed decisions based on the fact that that has sold and that I feel like it's going to sell elsewhere. And now what I want to do is list this on as many applicable products as I can on Etsy. So what I did was use Printech. My Printech account allows me to create designs and then push them to Etsy, Amazon Seller Central, and Shopify. For this part, we'll just show you how we push them to Etsy and how relatively simple this is. So once you get your Printech integration set up, and by the way, you don't need a Shopify store in order to hook Printech up to your Etsy store, okay? But once it's set up, these are all of the different products that I can take this file right here, unchanged for the most part, and I can add that to all of these different products, anything that I want here, pretty much. There are some specs that you have to be aware of, but offer them in multiple colors. Like if you check out this crew neck sweatshirt, I can take my design, upload it here, have it gray, black, pink, whatever colors you want, and you control the price. And then once you create this design, you just click a button and it gets pushed over to Etsy and it will upload into your drafts. Now, Printech has, I think, around 78 different product options. There's a couple reasons I choose to work with Printech. Number one, I have looked at a lot of different pods, and there were several things that stand out with Printech. Number one is that they're a company that's been around for a long time. They have great customer service. They have phenomenal prices. So these crew neck sweatshirts at $13.95, I'm listing those, I believe, for $30 plus another $8.50 shipping in my Etsy store and on my Shopify store. How much are you guys making on crew neck sweatshirts right now on Amazon? Like break even, I've seen some accounts just trying to get some sales. If you do the set it and forget it thing like I do, maybe you get a couple bucks, $4 or $5, and you just don't mess with the pricing anymore. What I'm doing though is because I can apply this design to this sweatshirt, offer it in a variety of colors, offer it on different marketplaces. Printech will print it for me, ship it for me, essentially handle all aspects of the transaction for me. And then I'm making, instead of only a couple of bucks, what? It's almost double per sweatshirt that I sell. That is how powerful it can be to create an Etsy store. So let me show you. These were the products that I felt complemented this this phrase in my brand the best. So I didn't feel, and listen, when I first started with Printech, and again, the other reason is their product selection. They have such a wide product selection, and every single price point is good. So my hub for most of my products is Printech. If I need something really, really, really special that they don't have, then I will integrate an additional print-on-demand facility if necessary. But I don't like to do that because they can't provide the same customer service, and they can't match the ROIs, the profit margins that I can get here with Printech stuff. Now, if you notice, like, you can build a brand, you can build your listings however you want. It's completely manipulatable. You can edit. When the Etsy listings are pushed over here to my Etsy account, they go into draft, and depending on the colors you chose, they're not going to show up as, you know, like I have here. I prefer black and white. And so if you take a look, I have limited some of my designs to only being available in one color. So for instance, their flask there's a couple of other colors that are available, but I don't want to make them available. So when I created it in Printech, I made sure that we only have the black available. Now, the other thing that I want you to notice, as the VAs are working in my account right now, and we are adding some mock-ups in here, and I think it was this one just sold right before I was live. So interesting that I only have a few mock-ups for this line that I'm adding to Etsy right now, and they're already pulling in some traffic. Notice my titles are a little funky. Honestly, I mean, they're packed with keywords. One of the advantages with Etsy is that their titles allow quite a few characters. And in all honesty, if I were to do this over, a lot of times I use the quote that's on the shirt, but in theory and commonly in practice, it would make more sense to put the most powerful keywords at the front end of this thing. I'm just kind of on an automated like listing bender of copy paste, copy paste, copy paste. And so you could better optimize your Etsy listings by putting the most powerful keywords at the front end of the title. The other thing that's really important in Etsy is to make sure that you are filling out your tags, which are here. And there are 13 of them. These variations, I don't do anything. I don't touch any of this stuff, guys. I don't even touch this, all these shipping rates, nothing. When I'm over here in my account creating these and I press the button to send it over to Etsy, it just auto-populates everything. The only thing that you do have to make sure before you go to live is that, obviously, put your mock-up in if you need a mock-up, and make sure that your tags are there. And then also right here, you need to make sure, and I have it set on private so my customers don't know who my my production partner is, but you'll add whatever pod you're using here into your production partners. That's the gist of it. I'm obviously skipping a lot of steps. There are a lot of other pods out there that you can really go crazy with this one design. But what I wanted to get across to you guys is that you do not have to feel stuck, limited, suffocated by merch. Merch is amazing. I've made amazing money on merch by Amazon, but it's not the end all be all for me. I want to own my sandbox, so to speak. I want to own all of the sales. And so my game plan over the long term is to make these designs work on other products and really, really build up another brand for myself. And so this is the Etsy piece to it. And as you know, if you have followed along with me, I've also got these products in probably a dozen, I would say 12 to 15 different print-on-demand websites, standalone marketplaces, eBay, Etsy, Amazon Seller Central, Zazzle, Redbubble, Designed by Humans, T-Launch, Amazon Seller Central. Oh my gosh, I can't remember all of them off the top of my head. But if you're looking to do something like that, maybe not on that big of a scale, or maybe that seems overwhelming right now, and you just are looking for a simple answer to help you move beyond merch, hands down, Etsy is that easiest transition. You can work at it a step at a time. You can do all of this on your own. You can outsource pieces of it, but you can start to make informed business decisions about what's working well on merch and what's not. And even if something is not working well, don't assume that it's not going to sell elsewhere. Because one of the things I did see when I'm looking back and analyzing some of my data is that some of my listings that are, or some of my designs that are still within niche, that didn't sell 6 months ago, 9 months ago, I'm putting them back up. And I'm trying it again. And I'm putting them outside of merch, into Etsy, into Shopify, into these other areas. And that's where I'm really seeing a lot of sales and a lot of progress. So, with that being said, hopefully this was helpful for you guys. If you've kind of been on the fence with merch by Amazon, maybe your sales have totally sucked for quarter 4, or maybe you're like looking at the person over there like, shoot, you're making like how much per month I'm merchant? I'm doing nothing. I'm sitting at the 10 tier, or maybe you are, I don't know, maybe you're at the 4,000 tier and you're like, my sales are like the same as last year, and I've added like 3,000 designs. So what's up with that? If you're just kind of over it and you're like, look, I need something else, then Etsy is the best way to go. It's easier, it's more efficient, and you're going to see some success too, because it's just the marketplace over there is just growing exponentially. So, all right. So if you guys have any questions at all, please hit me up. If you have any questions for D4D at designfordollars.com, you can hit us up at d4demail@gmail.com. Also, don't forget, we have that amazing webinar on Thursday night at 8 p.m. Eastern. It's totally free. We're super pumped because we were afforded the opportunity to co-host a free webinar for you guys with the big dogs, like big dogs in the game. We're talking the guys behind millions and billions, with a B, billion-dollar campaigns for celebrities and brands like FUBU, Fat Farm, J-Lo, Adam Levine, and my favorite, Bethany Frankel, and the Skinny Girl line. So, if you want to see what it takes to have a million or a billion-dollar brand, plus you want to be able to see how we can get a piece of that action, how we as normal people can actually take advantage of the cool environment that is currently e-com, and how we can scale, grow a brand, and have major success ourselves, then you're going to want to hop on this webinar with us. It's not very often that you get an opportunity to even be live with people like this that have attained such amazing success. And you guys get to ask questions. We're going to have a question and answer session. So I'm pumped. I'm really excited. I like to think big. And man, if I can replicate even a small portion of what these guys have been able to do for some of these big brands and big celebrities, like, I would be a happy camper. All right. So join us on Thursday at 8 p.m. I have to remember what week I'm in. And if you have any questions before then, you guys know where to find me. So have a good rest of your Tuesday, and I will check in with everyone later. Please make sure that you like this, subscribe, and share it with anyone else that would find it useful.